Hi guys, good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is JoJo Palacio, and on this channel we talk about all things beauty, and today is no different. Today we are doing specifically just an eye look, this eye look here, and I killed it, thank you very much. We are highlighting this guy. This is the Muse palette by the Makeup Shack. I talked about this in my Makeup Shack haul, but I feel like I kind of wanted to go in a little deeper, show you guys some of the other colors in the palette, and we nailed it. This is gonna specifically stick to the eyes, but if you guys wanna know the details about the rest of the makeup, I will list it down below. And let's get into it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before we get started. Subscribe, I post every Wednesday and every Saturday. You won't wanna miss it. Also look me up on Instagram, it's JoJo Palacio. Let me give you a little close-up real quick. Let's get into this tutorial. All right, so let's get started on this eye look right here. So we are featuring this guy. This is the Makeup Shack Muse palette. And so I know that I reviewed this with you guys during my haul, but I'll show you one more time. Look at how pretty these colors are. We've got a range of shimmers with mattes. They perform really well, and I'm excited to show you guys during this tutorial. So let's prep our eyelids. You can do that using a primer. I also use a concealer sometimes. This is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is the Light 10. So I'm gonna take that right on my lid, and I'm applying it mainly to the center of the lid, and then we'll work it out from there. To work that into the lid, I always like to use some type of buffing brush or a concealer brush. This one's by Morphe. So I'm just gonna use this to blend that out into the lid, inner corner to outer corner. I like to do a little bit of color correcting also in this inner corner, so I will bring it in all the way out here, just because I do have some shadows that tend to like creep up on you there, you know. Beautiful. Just like that. And then I always set before I start going in with powders. I just feel like that works the best. So I use the MAC Studio Fix in C2 to set that. This just gives you a nice smooth surface. I love the way that the shadows go on. Once I've primed and set everything, it is like amazing. So I'm just gonna take that. So we're gonna go into this Muse palette. I'm gonna take Aria and Iconic, which are right here. So this is more of like a tan color. This is definitely that like light orangey tone. And I'm using this Makeup Shack T59 blending brush. Love this blending brush. It is just so good. These powders blend out really well too. So my main focus with this is really just to map out a shape. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna kind of tilt my head back. I'm gonna hold the brush more towards the end of the brush than I am gonna hold it towards the bristles. And I'm gonna just very lightly map out in circular motions, windshield wiper circular motions from inner to outer corner. And really tilt your head back, guys, so that you're able to really see what shape and where your crease is going. I feel like this is the best tip that I can offer you, is tilt your head back and hold the mirror down so that you're really able to see where you should be taking this, especially if you're not too familiar with your crease. It really helps, especially with this type of halo eye technique. All right, guys, so once we have that shadow laid down, we're gonna go ahead and move on to a deeper, darker shadow. The darker the shadow, the smaller the brush. That's my theory. So we're gonna move into Luna, which is this shade right here. So Luna is this like chocolatey, purpley color. I really like it just because it really did contrast well with the orangey tones in the crease shades. So I'm gonna grab that on this Morphe M433 brush. This brush is really gonna help me pack the color in, but it is also gonna help diminish and blend the outer edges, which is why I like it. So I'm gonna start by placing most of the product, stamping it in this outer corner here. The key to the halo eye is really just stamping and starting by building up the color before you blend out. And so I'm gonna use this to just really pack it and put it where we need it. I'm gonna use a different brush for the inner corner, but just keep in mind that you want to keep it a nice, short, dense brush like these. Don't blend anything out yet. Stop for a minute. I'm gonna move on to the inner corner. This is a JH40 brush. It's a smaller brush, but definitely still a blending packing. And I'm gonna build the color up on the brush first, and then we're going to take it straight to this inner corner. because this is a smaller brush, I feel more comfortable bringing it over this crease area and connecting the inner and the outer corner. So go ahead and do that. All right guys, so we are at the part where now we can start blending, because I know it's driving me crazy, so it must be driving you crazy. I'm gonna grab the JH33. This one is very similar to the M433, but because we already got so much of that dark color in there, I'm gonna use a different brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip back into Ari and Iconic, really just focusing mostly on Ari this time around, and we're gonna just blend out the edges of Luna. All right guys, so let's go on to the spotlight. We're gonna go back to our Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and I'm gonna use a very wide shader brush. This is a T79 by the Makeup Shack, and I'm gonna grab from the applicator, put it on the tip of this shader brush. It is quite a wide shader brush, which I'm okay with because it helps me kind of widen up my spotlight. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna stamp it right in the center of the eyelid. With this technique, it's really important to use stamping motions. You just want to make sure that you're stamping it in place and not really swiping. Swiping is going to widen that halo, and you don't really want to do that at this point. You just want to make sure that you're really setting and stamping that in place. And what I like to do is go in with a smaller shading brush. This doesn't have any product in it. This is just meant to really help me sharpen up the edges, even things out. You don't really want to add any more product at this point because you are really just going to make a mess. So like that, right in the center. You've already looked up to make sure that it does transfer over now so that we can set that with powder and it doesn't mess up your eye look later. What I'm gonna do is go back into the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush, and I'm gonna just take whatever's left over on that brush and really clean up my edges. So going with another shader brush, we're gonna start off by, we're gonna mix the two purples that are in the palette, so that's Brit and Muse. I'm gonna go in with Brit first. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna really just pat that into the center of the lid. Once you've already applied the shadows, I wanna just make sure that we blend everything in, but before that I'm gonna go into Muse. I'm gonna pick up quite a bit on my brush. You can see how much there is. And we're gonna dampen that a little bit with some setting spray. That's gonna help it come out a little better, bolder, and I'm just gonna put that right in the center over Brit. So as you keep swiping and patting, you just wanna make sure you're blending out the outer edges, really diffusing that concealer, because you don't want it to look super defined. You wanna make sure everything is blended. Let's do some eyeliner. Today we're using the Power Pencil in Warm Brown by BH Cosmetics. Nothing fancy, we're just gonna outline the top lash line. These Power Pencils have to be my favorite inexpensive, like drugstore pencils at the moment. I have them in a lot of colors. They work really well for top lash line, bottom lash line, on the actual eyelid. They're amazing. Let's go ahead and put on some mascara. We're using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Guys, even though we are putting on lashes, you always still want to put on a nice coat of mascara that just really supports the lashes and gives your lashes something to sit on. So today for lashes, we are wearing the Sephora Collection Lash Stories in Pop Fizz Wink. They're a very natural lash. I like it just because you want the center point of this look to be the eyes. We'll let the lashes take a back seat today, you know. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I know that this tutorial was super quick and short, but I really just wanted to focus on the eyes and highlight the Muse palette. I am really enjoying it. You can create a variety of looks, as you can tell by the last two videos that I filmed. But check it out, it was super inexpensive. I think it was $16.99, $15.99. I'll have the list, the price listed below, along with all the other brushes that I just bought. But check it out. I hope that you guys like this tutorial. Do not forget to look me up on Instagram. It's Jojo Palacio. You can also subscribe to my channel. That way you're notified of when I post. It's every Wednesday and every Saturday of the week. And let me know what you thought. Like if you want to break up the tutorial so that I'll do complexion and eyes separate. I know that the shorter ones are nice for me to film and edit, but just let me know what you guys think. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Blessings. I'll see you next time.